Okay, so today was a kind of another day of just trying to really hammer in what I've learned already. Um, it's had mixed results. It really has. As you can see in front of you, we're starting with the anatomy. Um, yeah, yeah, not great, not great at all. It it's kind of like it's a bit like yesterday's work, in the sense that it just what I'm trying to achieve with it isn't coming to fruition. Um, it's also done in pen, so there's no correcting mistakes. Um, but yeah, it's been tough. I've done a few. I've done about 20 pages today. This page here, as you can see, I've been kind of just doing the basic forward-facing pose, which I think this one came out fairly decently. Um, I've been trying to kind of really kind of hammer in the just this fundamental dummy. But it's still proving quite difficult to try and get this stuff right, um, on like a consistent basis. I'm not even worrying about details, as I've said before. I'm more worrying about just having everything connect. I'm finding like the connection between the groin and the waist area it is tough. Like leading the legs, the thigh of the leg off from the groin is, I don't know. It's this kind of subtleties like that that can either make an image or ruin an image. Um, but I also think I might be overthinking it too much at this early stage. Um, Probably actually. um, this image is again just a description of my uh, basic starting scribbles, I suppose, for today. Because I want to not just put in stuff that is progress. I want to put in stuff that's just weird and nonsensical at times as well. Because this page has absolutely nothing of actual use on it. It's just this is a page of scribbles I did today. But I think it's interesting to add these pages in. Um, at least I find it interesting when I look at artists and they have their work that they're predominantly doing, and then they have like a page of just random scribbles. It's just something interesting to look at, and there's nothing of real note on this page. Yeah, I'm not sure where I was going with most of it. I was trying to break down again human form in pencil. I think I've got the pose facing forward okay. Like I seem to be able to produce that semi decently. Um, but overall, it's just yeah, not another day of not particularly great progress when it comes to the anatomy studies. Um, I've been trying to gradually increase my knowledge of anatomy piece by piece. And I'll probably have to start doing some maybe life drawing on top of it. Um, which is probably something I'm going to implement soon, I'd say. Um, Next, moving on to kind of the final lesson for Trent's section of his course that covers shading and implementation of like different shapes onto spheres. Yeah, this was just kind of having some fun with it. Again, working on blending, manipulating shapes into one another. Having light bouncing where shadows would fall, trying to get a bit of texture and a little bit of interest into it. One of his ideas of manipulating this was turning it into a face, which I was attempting to do here, and I think I got distracted by something else and headed on off to greener pastures. I think it was when I was trying to, I was about to go move on to the anatomy practice for the day. The Batman didn't turn out too badly. And then, of course, over on the left-hand side, I think the blending of that particular circle came out okay. The actual smaller circle off it, I think came out pretty nicely. That's definitely going to be the highlight of this particular page anyway. And then finally, just doing a little bit more pages of barrels and chests having a war with each other with cannonballs, because you got to keep it interesting. And a guy with a lamp on his head because reasons. Although the one thing about this page I do quite like is this little robot thing down the bottom, very bottom of the page. I was kind of messing around with a little bit of simple color. But again, trying to implement everything that I've been learning into not only shading, but manipulating those shapes and trying to come up with something that's interesting rather than just drawing nothing but barrels and chests. I want to try and make it an interesting learning experience, but it is forcing me to incorporate everything I've learned up to this point. I'm like even down to this one, the crushing of the barrel. I think even though I can't draw barrels particularly well, I think the fact that I can now kind of manipulate it into a shape that looks like it's been squished semi-decently is kind of a testament to Trent's course and how much you can improve by doing it in a very short amount of time. Yeah, today's update's a bit short. Again, I've done a large volume of work today, same as every other day. But there's no point showing you guys 30 pages of chests. That's not an entertaining video. So yeah, just here's a mixture of good and bad, and kind of what I did today and what I followed, which is kind of more of the same. But I think the progress is slowly getting there. Like there's parts of each image that are better than they were prior. The whole isn't great, but there's sections that are okay, or at least have the potential of getting better. Like the cannonballs in this one, like some of the shading on them, like the one that's hitting the bottom left-hand corner, the chest, looks good, I think. And then just kind of playing around with it and hoping that while playing with it, the progression will continue. But yeah, a long day, bit of a slow day. Not much to report, but I think, again, the thing with these daily updates is that there's going to be a lot of, crossovers of prior content and things like that, because I need to practice everything that I've already learned. But I'll try and keep it to the point and short if it is just a crossover, and if it's I'll try and make it at least a little bit entertaining to look at for you guys. Alright, well, that's today's video update. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you do, like, subscribe, share, or don't. Just have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow. I'll catch you guys soon. Cheers.